Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the second edition Amazon Echo 8. And what I want to do today, first of all get it unboxed, show you the setup process, and then I want to give you a demonstration of some of the features and benefits that it can offer. So first thing we need to do is to get it unboxed. Now I must admit, I think I'm a little bit late to the party with some of the Amazon products. I did a review and I talked about one of the Echo Dots recently, and I must say I absolutely love it. I'm not quite sure where I've been for the last however many years. I have had other products, other smart speakers, but I must admit this one, the Echo Dot, I decided to go for another one as well. So if you've watched the video, then the one I talked about was just the basic Echo Dot, but the second one I've got is actually the one with the clock on the front, and I must admit, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so this is one of the other products. This is really, the reason I've gone for this is actually going to live in my kitchen, because I have got other speakers around the house. I've got an entertainment system that is absolutely fantastic, but I must say that I do need something that can just sit in the kitchen, and to have a screen on it as well would be really good, because I've seen from other people, and I know of other people who've got this one, then they use it for things like recipes as well. So I thought I'd, as I say, I'm a little bit late to joining the party, but I thought better late than never. Now I decided to go for the Glacier White model. It's actually available in two colours. You can get a charcoal or this one, the Glacier White. And really, because it's going to live in my kitchen, some of the cabinets are like a light grey and the tiles are white, so I thought it'd look a lot better as it's going to sit in the kitchen. First of all, I just want to show you the dimensions. Now the width, so you're looking around 8 inches or just under around 20 centimetres. As far as the height, then that's 5 inches, around 13 centimetres. And the depth, so front to back, I'll measure the complete depth of it. So you're looking at, what's that, about 4.5 inches or just under 12 centimetres. You will also notice that it has an 8 in the model number, and that's because the screen size is 8 inches, so it's an 8-inch HD display. Now there are a huge range of speakers that come under the Alexa banner, starting with things like the Echo Dot that I mentioned, and I've done a separate video on that. With this model, the one with the screen, then this is the Echo Show, and it starts off with the Echo Show 5. That's quite a small screen, it's just a 5-inch screen. Goes all the way up to the Echo Show 15 with a 15-inch screen. Now I must admit, I've not seen that model. I know one or two people have got the 10-inch version, but this one at the 8, I thought this was quite a good compromise for quite a decent size screen, yet it's, I suppose where it's going to sit in the kitchen should be ideal for what I need. But really the first thing I need to do now is to get the mains connection and to get it set up. I do like the fact that even the mains cable is the same colour, so it's still white, which for me is quite an important thing. I think where it's going to sit in the kitchen, if I had a black mains lead, then it wouldn't look that great. So this is the first time I've seen it. I've not set it up beforehand, so you're almost joining me in the process of setting it up. Now I have got the Alexa app already on my phone, and clearly that will be a huge advantage. So at the moment it's just going through the setup process, and so what we want to do is to select the device language, and hopefully I can do this upside down. So,
hello, ready for setup.
Okay, so that's found the list of my the Wi-Fi networks that I've got. So just turn this around. I'll just select the one that I've got. So I'm just going to pop the password in here. So once I put the Wi-Fi password in, and then I just had to log into the Amazon account, then that's it. So as it says, hi Andrew Lord, the Echo Show 8 second generation is now registered to Andrew Lord. So that's it. So that clearly it's going to be a lot simpler because I've already got the Amazon account and I've already got an Alexa account. So first of all, it's saying fetching my time zone. So hopefully it'll find the correct one for me. So where am I? Am I in the United States? Nope. So I need to change that. So it's found the address that I'm at. There we are. So it's got that bit correct now. So where do we want to put it? So it's asking which room I'd like to put it in. There are different options on here. So where would I like to put it? So I'm going to put it in the kitchen. There we are. And what do I want to call it? Do I want to leave it as Andrew's Echo Show 8 2nd Gen? Probably not. No, I think I fancy something a little bit different. So I'll tell you what, if you've got any Alexa speakers, what do you call yours? So do you leave them as something like Echo Dot or Echo Show, or do you call it something else? Let me know in the comments below. There we are. So I'll just show you that. So that's what I've called it, kitchen speaker. And I think that it looks a little bit better. So what you can do is you can choose a photo display. So would I like to have photos showing on here? To be honest, not really. I'm not really fussed about that. But it's nice to have the option, because clearly with a really nice clear 8-inch display, then you could have photos displaying on here. So there are device updates available. So download and install. Normally it says this will take around 10 minutes to complete. Now, personally, I think that's really important to do. So I'm just going to press download and install, because really with any product like this, it's always important to have the latest hardware or software on the device. So I'm just going to leave this for about 10 minutes. It's actually really good timing because my dinner is ready. So I'm going to go and grab something to eat, let this do the update, and I'll come back later. So I had a quick bite to eat, and I must admit I missed a little bit of the setup process, because as Alexa has finished a lot of the setup, then she starts to talk about other features that she can offer. And I must admit, while I was eating, I could hear her whirring away and chatting away, and embarrassingly for this video, I've missed some of that. But anyway, I'll be honest, if you've had an Alexa before, then there is a huge amount that you can do. I suppose all I want to do, I just want to show you almost like a snapshot of what's available. Alexa, what is the weather in Lutterworth in the UK?
Currently, in Lutterworth, England, it's 16 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, you can expect mostly clear skies with a low of 11 degrees.
There we go. So it's not looking all that rosy. Compared to earlier on, it was quite a lot nicer. But what I really like is the display on here. Honestly, is just fantastic at them. And I suppose compared to other devices which are offering similar information, then it's really clear. Some of the other things you can do. So if there's just any random question, so Alexa, how hot is the sun?
Different parts of the sun have different temperatures. The surface is around 6,000 degrees Celsius, while the core is between 13 and 16 million degrees Celsius. Nuclear fusion creates
Alexa,
these extreme...
Stop. So as well as, on the other demonstration I did, on the Echo Dot, clearly you've only got the speaker, and now we've actually got the screen to show us some of this information as well. If you've got things like music streaming devices, so I've actually got Spotify set up. So if I wanted to play a song through my Spotify app, then I can do. So Alexa, load up Spotify.
Okay, here's Spotify.
Alexa, pause. So you can just load up any songs that you've got, and you can things like play through different playlists. So I just love how it's all set up. Clearly through your Spotify, or it doesn't matter which streaming service you use, then you can just go through and pick which song you want. So we'll just say that song, I'm not quite sure where it came from, but that's not in my Spotify playlist. But some of the other things you can do, so from the main menu, if you just swipe down, then first of all you've got the settings along the top here. So if you wanted the screen to be slightly brighter or just change it slightly, then you've got that option. You've also got, I mentioned about the photo frame, so if you wanted certain photos to appear on the display, I suppose when, because essentially it's almost like a photo frame, isn't it? It's a really nice size. But you've also got things like the video content. So if you've got things like Prime Video or Netflix, then you can watch any of your favourite series, or seasons, as we call them in America, through these two streaming services. You've also got things like YouTube. I'm glad they've got YouTube, because clearly this is how you're watching, well, hopefully watching me anyway. And then you've got other things like Bing and TikTok as well, and I'm sure there'll be more coming on board. You've got something called Red Bull TV. I must admit, I've not seen that before, but I'm sure being a Formula One fan myself, then that could be something of interest. But I suppose the main thing for me, so you can watch things like YouTube videos or Netflix and Prime Video. So if there are certain programs that you tend to watch, or rather than sitting and watching them on your phone or laptop, then you can watch it through the Echo Show 8. Something else you can do is you can actually announce through the Alexa app anything really. So I suppose for me, a common thing at home when the boys are with me is that dinner's ready. Rather than shouting upstairs, because I'm going to have this in the kitchen now. So what I would do is I would just record it through the app. So just press and hold the record button. You can type it if you want to, but personally I'd rather just record it, and then it's actually your voice that will appear, or it'll actually come through the speaker. So I'll just show you this. Dinner's ready, chaps. There we are. And then if I just send that, dinner's ready, chaps. There we go. And in theory, if you've got that set up with several Alexa speakers, then you can have that announcement going to all the speakers. So things like that can be quite good. I quite like that. Also, I suppose the other real advantage is I don't have to do that if I'm in the same vicinity. So if I wanted to communicate with somebody to this speaker, so I could be at work and I could just say to my lads, well, if they're here, then can you get the kettle on, get dinner on, or whatever. That could be quite useful. Have you done the washing up? Have you tidied the bedrooms? Have you got all your washing ready for me? All those kind of things which I tend to have to regularly ask the lads. So this is something else that you can do. I've just been trying this, and it's actually got a 13 megapixel camera built in. So in theory, if I wanted to, as long as you've got the Alexa app on your phone or tablet, then I can actually call. So I'm just going to answer this. Now, this is going to be a little bit strange because I'm actually in the same room as the camera. But who's that?
It's Thomas.
So this is Thomas, and it's not quite worked out as I wanted because Thomas isn't in this location. So what he's done, he's actually answered it. So I'm not quite sure how this has worked out, but Thomas, he doesn't actually know this, but he's actually recording, he's actually part of the YouTube video at the moment. So you just need to be careful what you're saying, Tom.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure, but what's happened is because it's all part of like a family chat, then as I've tried to ring this, then Tom has actually answered. And this is amazing. This is what I love about some of these Alexa devices. But anyway, so Tom isn't in this house at the moment, and as you can see, I think he's not got his shirt on as well. But anyway, so good afternoon, Tom.
Hello.
So let's just turn you around. So can you see the camera there? So right, this is me. So this is. I must admit, I'm quite new to this, so it didn't go quite as smoothly as I wanted. But anyway, so what I'll do is you've actually got the camera just at the top here, and as hopefully you can see. So I'm just going to move Tom a little bit nearer, and the screen quality is actually really good. I'm really impressed. So Are you on your phone, Tom?
I am, yes.
Okay. And is the voice quite clear?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah, that's good. So Tom isn't here at the moment, as I just mentioned. He's actually about 7 or 8 miles away. But I'm actually, as I say, I'm really impressed with the quality on it. So did it actually ring you?
Yeah?
Yeah, so it did ring you.
Alexa calling me.
Okay. So anyway, to say, it didn't quite work out as I planned, but it rang Tom, and he's part of my video now. Fantastic. If I'd asked him to do it, he probably wouldn't have agreed to do it like this. But anyway, so thank you for your participation, Tom.
That's alright.
That's all right. Okay. Yep. See you soon then.
Alright, goodbye.
Okay. Bye bye. So Alexa,
Bye.
stop call. There we go. So I think that's absolutely brilliant. But it didn't quite work out as I thought. I thought if I just call through my phone, I think it's something to do with the settings. But nevertheless, I got to chat to Tom. I think it's how the Alexa app is set up on my phone, because between myself and my boys, we've got several different accounts, and that can be one thing to look out for, just to make sure that you've got, I suppose, whatever account you're on, make sure you set up your devices on that single account. One of the final things to mention is that you can use this as almost like a visual aid for your smart home devices. So as long as they're compatible with Alexa devices, then that's something else that you can do. So if you had things like a doorbell setup or camera monitoring system, then you can use this as a display for that purpose. Now, I suppose really what I've talked about is just really a really basic overview of what is compatible. But I must say, apart from me ringing Tom rather than me ringing myself, then I think this I've really enjoyed doing that, the quick demonstration. But so far, I'm actually really impressed. And I suppose if you're as impressed as I am, and if you're thinking of buying one of these, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Alexa Echo Show 8. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I do always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. Hopefully the setup and the demonstration I gave was okay, apart from me ringing myself. No, not ringing myself. I didn't ring myself. I tried to ring myself, but I actually ended up ringing Tom. But anyway, apart from that, I'll put that to one side. And I must admit, I was going to edit it out and I was going to redo it, but I thought, do you know what? It's a bit of fun. I've not had this before. I always like to show if I'm not doing something right, because it might help you in the future. But anyway, if you've got any questions on it, perhaps it's best not to ask me. Anyway, I might be able to answer. So if you've got any questions on it, then pop it in the comments below, because I'm going to use this in my kitchen now. And I'm going to learn how to use it properly, rather than just how I have been so far. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining me.